So good morning, Jason, and welcome to our studio in Ipswich.
Thank you.
Where we are building a series of films about super Suffolk businesses. And today you're here with your experience of working for Peterson Energy Logistics. Tell us a bit about the worldwide operations, and then we can then sort of bring it down as to the presence in the UK.
Sure. Well, first of all, Miles, thank you for having me here this morning. I have to say it's a wonderful setting. Peterson Energy Logistics, well, yes, we're a family business and we do operate globally. We have a footprint in Australia, in the Middle East, and quite a large operation in the Netherlands. And what we typically do is offer integrated logistics services to energy companies, often the large household names that you'll be familiar with, the BPs and Shells of the world, for example. We also focus heavily on our technology offering, our Lighthouse suite of software applications that are used globally. And in the UK, if I can just come straight into the UK, what I would say is that our headquarters sit in the UK first and foremost. We have a large footprint across the UK, including here in East Anglia, where we have premises in Great Yarmouth and Lowestoft. And once again, we provide integrated logistics solutions to the energy sector. If I was to look outside of East Anglia, I could look at Cumbria as an example, where we run a distribution facility for Sellafield Limited, of course, the nuclear sector. We've been there since 2015, and it was a conscious decision made by the business at the time to diversify. And we had this opportunity to go for a tender with Sellafield Limited. We were successful. And it's been a wonderful journey in terms of learning about the new regulatory environment and also being able to apply all the transferable skills from the oil and gas sector into the nuclear sector. And with that, introduce some really smart technological solutions that have resulted in a number of awards from Sellafield over the years, and I'm very proud of that.
What was the key, the key thing that they needed at Sellafield? And in terms of the requirement in the tender that you responded to, and you've been so successful in, what was the key thing that you had to do that?
Well, there were several key elements, of course, Miles, but I would say at the top of the list would be safety. They were looking for an organisation that could operate safely within a safety critical environment, an organisation that understood process, that was very important. And an organisation who could really, from a standing start, build a team of nuclear professionals. And that's exactly what we did. Using our experience from other industries, we were able to interact with the Office of Nuclear Regulation quite easily, I would say, to start with. And that relationship has matured over the years. And I think as long as you operate safely, you understand the importance of compliance and quality, and you have, as you say, suitably qualified and experienced personnel, and you need to continually invest in your people, of course, to achieve that, then you can be a successful company within the nuclear sector.
Peterson are on Town Quay on Commercial Road, Jason, in the middle of Lowestoft. Tell us a bit about the setup of the office there and how you manage arriving vessels, facilitate the loading and unloading of them. And maybe we can touch a bit on the recently introduced Lighthouse initiative that you've brought into the office. Okay,
so maybe let me start by talking about the team. We have in total 30 personnel working in this area, all locals, and that's everything from materials controllers, LGV drivers, plant operatives, warehouse operatives, etc. So covering the full suite of logistics services that we offer. And we predominantly load and unload vessels, so provide stevedoring services to energy majors operating in the southern North Sea, Shell being an example. And in relation to how we go about doing that, there's a huge focus on our control tower methodology. which is essentially a central hub for planning and coordinating our customers' operations. So we have a select team of personnel working in the control tower. They are supported by a series of screens and our Lighthouse suite of software applications. And what does that do? It helps to provide visibility of the supply chain, which is very important. But I guess more importantly than that, it helps our customers to make data-driven decisions, informed decisions, real-time, with a focus on maximising productivity.
In terms of employment locally, there is a problem nationally with an ageing workforce in terms of lorry drivers. Have Peterson looked at how the driver supply side can be improved upon?
Yeah, I mean it's a real challenge for any business in logistics today. But yes, we are working hard to encourage the next generation to become our drivers, and we're also offering positions to personnel already working in the business.
Right.
Maybe never driven a truck before in their lives, but we're willing to put them through training, get them their ticket, and allow them to operate these vehicles. Yeah.
Super.
And one of the other things we're doing just now, Miles, is reaching out to local schools. We also invite interns into the business and give them some work experience of what we do. Yeah. And one of the areas that seems to be quite popular, I guess, and not surprisingly given the focus on technology, is the control tower. So when we talk to local schools about what we're doing, they are very interested in, the control tower, the visual management, the Lighthouse suite of software applications, and I think it's something the younger generation can relate to.
So, exciting to hear what drives business leaders in Suffolk and how their offer will support the big infrastructure projects in the area. Don't forget, there are many more online in-conversation interviews with me, Miles VARTAN, digging deep into business excellence. Follow my Super Suffolk Suppliers online series on YouTube and find out what makes Suffolk tick.